So in the last day, the new Zoro limited edition Egghead Funko Pop finally released in Hot Topic stores, and now it's selling for over $600. Today I wanted to go over the Zoro release, how it kind of went for most people, where I think the value is going to land on this one, and how people are kind of responding to how much people are selling it for. So something I'm curious about immediately is, how many of you guys were able to actually secure Zoro in store yesterday? As you guys do know, random Saturdays, whenever the store got in stock, was supposed to be the release date. I did actually get several messages from you guys throughout the day and a lot of comments of people saying that they were able to get one because of the news videos I did and all that. So I'm so happy to hear that, seriously, because I knew this was going to be a very stressful release. And I was trying to give you guys as much up-to-date and accurate information as possible because it was definitely an interesting way Hot Topic chose to do it, and it was a little more complicated to try to get this. However, from what I've noticed, I know a lot of people missed out on this one, but it seems like a lot of collectors were able to get this in hand. Based off my comments, other people's comments, I know a lot are listed on eBay, Mercari, and other marketplaces. Obviously, that's going to happen with any release. But it is really nice to see that a lot of collectors were able to get this one in hand. And even if you're not a value collector specifically, you don't plan to sell it, it's worth a good chunk right now. So if you were to sell it, you could get something else for your collection if you wanted to, and it only costs you 30 bucks basically. This is also something that I heard about Zoro, is that some stock may have been delayed for this week, and leading into next Saturday, a lot more stores, especially on the East Coast, are going to, get more Zoros. Keep in mind though, only specific stores were getting these. I think only like half the Hot Topic stores will probably get them because there's only about 1,500 to 2,000 pieces total in the United States. The rest is going overseas. So that's why I'm saying it's incredibly hard to get this piece in general. Stores were only getting around 3 to 6. That's what most people were reporting as they stood in line. A lot of people stood in line and were able to get nothing. A lot of stores said they didn't even get their stock in just yet. And what made this even more complicated was that stores were not allowed to post on social media as to when they got stock or even tell anybody about said stock, to avoid people lining up every single day and someone just being able to come on a random day or line up and get a chance at this one, versus knowing in advance, hey, this is dropping this Tuesday at 9 a.m. Make sure to be there for this drop. You know, people are going to line up like 6, 7, 8 hours in advance. Now, do keep in mind, while Hot Topic wanted to do something a little more special and untraditional, I'd say, for this drop and trying to get it into as many collectors' hands as possible, remember, Funko is also making it mandatory for LE limited releases for stores like GameStop, Toy Temple, Chalice, and Hot Topic now to do something special with this release to get more people talking about Funko and all that. So that also might play a part as to why Hot Topic did it this way versus just dropping it on their website. Now guys, I want to go ahead and take a look at eBay and Mercari listings right now just to show you guys the crazy prices Zoro is being listed for. The first listing here, $700. $899, $675, $615, $900, $650, $625. So as you can see, it's well over $600 on most listings. It's pretty crazy. Look at this one, guys. We have a $1,000 listing on Zoro. Now, very quickly, let's go over some of the sold listings too, because I know somebody's going to say in the comments, you're only looking at current listings. Nobody's paying that. Let's look at this. So we have $575 sale, $610 sale. This $125 listing, guys, is a printed photo that somebody bought. Again, people are scalping printed photos. I'm really hoping this isn't holding up and eBay is actively canceling these listings because this is ridiculous. You should make sure to report these, by the way. 600 printed photo, 650, 640. And if we look over at Mercari, there's tons of listings of Zoro too, all $600 and up. Now, don't get me wrong. I fully understand that market manipulation plays a big role, especially with hot exclusives like these. So people are probably buying their own listings from themselves and raising up the value that way. But not every sale is manipulated. A lot of people are genuinely buying these because they didn't get a chance at Zoro and they want it in their collection. Now, I really couldn't tell you where Zoro's gonna land in value. A lot of people are saying this is gonna be well over $1,000. I saw some people mentioning $2,000. Given its limited nature, I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't want to completely rule anything out. The thing is though, Funko's not as popular as they used to be, so sometimes I'm a little hesitant to think, oh, this could definitely be a $2,000 piece. One of the most expensive one-piece pops still to this day is the Brook with the official con sticker. Now, as to if Zoro will pass that piece, I'm not sure. Will it get into a similar realm? Maybe. But with Zoro already pushing $700 at its lowest price, That's pretty crazy just for something that came out a day ago. Now, granted though, we got to consider that this is a hot release right now. It's hyped up. People are paying crazy prices. Once more get into collectors' hands, maybe in the next week or so, prices might level out a little bit more. I don't know how much, but I'm very curious to see where it does land. What I'm really leaning towards is that this Zoro will be around $1,000 or under. Like, that's my price point that I think it's gonna land at. I just don't see this being a $2,000 piece. Not in today's like Funko community. Maybe a few years back, sure. I could be wrong, but I'm leaning more towards around the $700 to $1,000 range, kind of where it's at right now. I think that's where it's going to level out. I cannot at the moment see this being a $2,000 piece. Now, personally, I've never really had a problem with people selling their pops for whatever price they want. If people are buying it for that, it just is what it is, you know? What I do have a problem with is when one group of people is able to take all the stock from other people in line, and that happens all the time. This happened many times yesterday that people were reporting that families would go up and take the entire stock, even though Hot Topic stores were supposed to give it to like one per family, if I'm not mistaken. Like, don't ruin the experience for everyone else. Just go there, get one, and move on with your business. But back to my earlier point, if people are listing Zoro for $600, $700 and people are actively paying that, I mean, why wouldn't you sell it? You get what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you? Most people would, especially even if you like the character. This mold, in my opinion, is not worth these prices. The only thing selling this mainly is the sticker at 3,500 pieces, in my opinion, because if this was a normal release, this Zoro would be anywhere from $10 to $20. And that's just a fact. So that's why I really felt like from the beginning that it was a super weird choice for an LE Pop, especially from One Piece, one of their more popular franchises. And what made it even more weird was all the Straw Hats they made so far, including Robin, Chopper, Brook, Luffy, and Sanji. They made all of those commons or very easy to get. Luffy did have an exclusive counterpart. And then you make Zoro limited 3,500 pieces where only 3,500 people in the world can have this and complete the... That's super weird. That just doesn't make any sense. They just stood to make a lot more money from this Zoro on its own, given he has one of the best looking like fits and looks in Egghead. Personally, to me, like, I think he looks the best out of all the Straw Hats. So from a business standpoint and making money, I don't understand it. But you could also look at it a different way from like a marketing standpoint. Look how many people are talking about Funko right now. I mean, if you look at it that way, it's genius because it's causing a lot of controversy. Hot Topic's getting a lot of attention. Funko's getting a lot of attention. Even people who aren't fans of Funko are hearing about this new Zoro. Other One Piece accounts are sharing this new Zoro. It's getting out there. Even if it's bad controversy, their name's still out there and people are noticing Funko. So I'm assuming that was maybe their point here. Those are just my thoughts on this new limited edition Zoro Pop though. Let me know what you guys think. Where do you think the value will land? Were you able to secure one in stores? Is this one completely out of your reach? Will you not pay these crazy prices? Or is there a low enough price that you would pay to add to your collection? That aside though, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below and subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. I do want to go to end off the video by saying a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon and Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure you're following me on all my social medias at Skittlerampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.